Why do Marines secretly envy the Navy when they are out at sea? I found out during my first MEU deployment aboard the USS Kearsarge. We'd been at sea for 3 weeks, and the differences between Marine and Navy life were becoming painfully obvious. The Navy guys had actual beds, not racks, beds, with real mattresses and personal space. Meanwhile, us Marines were stacked 4 high in berthing compartments that smelled like diesel fumes and unwashed socks. Petty Officer Curtis walked past our cramped quarters eating what looked like fresh pizza from their galley. We were choking down cold MREs because the Marine mess hall was under maintenance again. Must be nice, muttered Corporal Wade, watching Curtis disappear down the passageway with his hot meal. Bet he's got air conditioning in his workspace too. He wasn't wrong. The Navy controlled everything on that ship. Temperature, food quality, work schedules, even shower times. We were basically passengers with weapons, completely dependent on their hospitality. The real jealousy hit during general quarters drills. While we Marines scrambled around in full combat gear, sweating through multiple layers, the Navy crew moved calmly to their stations wearing lightweight uniforms. They had jobs that mattered on the ship: fire control, navigation, engineering. We just stood in hallways holding rifles, waiting for something that might never happen. Seaman Griffin operated sophisticated radar systems in air-conditioned comfort. Lance Corporal Reed cleaned latrines and organized equipment storage. Same pay grade, completely different quality of life. Why didn't anyone tell me the Navy was basically a floating hotel? Reed complained after watching Griffin eat ice cream from the ship's store we weren't allowed to access. The breaking point came during rough seas. While Navy personnel continued normal operations, secured in their stable workstations, we Marines got violently seasick in our overcrowded berthing areas. Chief Petty Officer Dalton found me throwing up in a trash can, green around the gills and feeling like death. Instead of mocking me, he handed over seasickness medication and crackers. First time at sea? He asked with genuine sympathy. It gets easier. Most Marines don't realize how tough ship life actually is until they try it. That's when he started explaining Navy life from the inside. The 20-hour workdays during port visits, the months away from family with no communication, the constant responsibility for keeping everyone alive in the middle of the ocean. You Marines think we have it easy because you see the surface stuff, Dalton continued. Nice bunks, hot food, climate control, but we're working around the clock to maintain all of that. He walked me through the engineering spaces, showed me sailors monitoring nuclear reactors, maintaining life support systems, navigating through storms that could kill everyone aboard. These guys weren't just serving meals and making beds. They were operating a floating city in one of the most dangerous environments on Earth. Your job starts when we reach the beach, Dalton explained. Ours never stops. Engine room, combat systems, medical, communications, everything fails, everyone dies. The seasickness medicine worked, but his perspective hit harder than the waves. Started paying closer attention to Navy operations. Watched them work 18-hour shifts during flight operations. Saw them troubleshooting critical systems at 3 in the morning. Realized their comfortable living conditions weren't luxury, they were necessary. These sailors needed to stay sharp for jobs that required constant attention and technical expertise. During our amphibious landing exercise, everything clicked. While we Marines charged onto the beach for a 6-hour mission, those Navy crews had spent weeks positioning us perfectly, managing weather conditions, coordinating with air support. We got the glory of the assault. They got the responsibility of bringing us home alive. After the deployment, several guys from my unit actually transferred to the Navy. Said they wanted to learn technical skills instead of just infantry tactics. But here's what really changed my perspective. Chief Dalton contacted me 2 years later, said he was retiring after 24 years and wanted to thank me for something. Turns out our conversation had inspired him to cross-train Marines in basic ship operations during future deployments. Created a program where Marines learned Navy jobs and sailors learned ground combat basics. The program became mandatory across the entire fleet. Now every MEU deployment includes integrated training where Marines and Navy personnel work together instead of separately. Dalton said watching me struggle with seasickness reminded him that we were all on the same team, just with different specialties. His program eliminated the rivalry and created mutual respect between services. That floating hotel I'd envied, it took a crew of dedicated professionals working around the clock to keep it running, and those professionals deserved the same respect we expected for our combat expertise.